Welcome, Ruthie Foster, Grammy-nominated musician. Thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Absolutely. Thanks for interrupting my practice session so I can sit and talk about myself.
Yes, well, all of it is important. So yes, thank you for being here. And I wonder if you would begin with a little background about yourself and music and how it's shown up in your life.
Oh, wow. Well, the condensed version would be I grew up here in Austin, Texas area. I'm still here.
Mhm.
Um, I started out singing in churches and community choirs and eventually started writing my own songs. Spent a little time in the Navy. I
Mhm.
was a musician, a lead singer for a big band in the Navy. And then after 4 years of that, I went to New York and signed a contract with Atlantic Records, and did that bit. Had
Mhm.
fun doing that, and then moved back to Texas and started my own label. Started my own recording and signed with Blue Corn
Yeah.
Music out of Houston, and I've been with them since. I've
Mhm.
done all of my albums. I think we've done 10 together now.
That's incredible. Yeah. Well, thank you for that background. And you put out a new album in 2022
I did.
called, yes, Healing Time, which I have to say, I put the stream of this on, and the first note, it is just pure joy. It is just so incredible. And I wonder, would you talk a little bit about creating this album ahead of 2022 or during that year with everything that's gone down over the past few years and what that was like for you?
Yeah, and I'm sitting in front of I'm in my studio right now, my home studio, which is kind of what we all did during the pandemic. We as musicians kind of just had to upgrade our studios so that we could record at home. And that's
Mhm.
kind of how this album started. I just wanted to be able to put out new material,
Mhm.
knowing that we couldn't go into a studio
Yeah.
right away. Me and my band got together and just decided to just start throwing tracks back and forth to each other. And "Healing Time," the title song to the album, that's all from our personal studios. That's me
Mhm.
singing in the closet back here. That's my drummer is at his home. The entire album
Mhm.
is so special for me because first of all, we got a chance to write together,
Yeah.
and I hadn't had a chance to write with my band for a project. So this was special in that
Mhm.
way from the beginning, all the way through recording, and now we're performing
Yeah.
together these tunes that we wrote together. So it's real special.
Yeah, it's incredible. And the song, the title track, Healing Time, is really about a call to kind of let things go and kind of move on. And it's again incredibly joyful. Would you share a little bit about the meaning of that song for you?
Yeah, Healing Time came to me through my keyboard player, Scotty Miller. And it was an idea that he brought to us, me and Hatton Sayers, my guitar player.
Mhm.
And so we all managed to get in the same room together and expand on what he started with. And so we, you know, traded off writing verses for it. I wrote a verse and Scotty wrote a verse, and we just all just kind of, you know, figured it out together.
Yeah.
And the song is just really about, taking what we've been given during this pandemic
Mhm.
and try to make some feel good music for
Yeah.
folks because music is pretty much all we had. Everybody went
Mhm.
virtual, and
Yeah.
so we thought, okay, we'll probably never, we didn't know what was going to happen, right? So we weren't sure we were even going to be able to tour with this album. So we wanted it to be good news and
Mhm.
talk about and sing about things that keep people together, keep
Right.
hope, keep hope alive. Just
Mhm.
keep people realizing that we're going to make it through this.
I wanted to switch tracks a little bit here because you came out more than a decade ago now publicly.
Mhm.
You had spoken before about how you were out in your own life, but would you share a little bit about how what it means to you to be out in your career and publicly, and I imagine to help other people feel seen and perhaps less alone.
Yeah, especially uh, a black woman,
Mhm.
and being a black gay woman in
Mm.
this industry, especially blues. Um, for me, I was never in. That's the
Yeah.
thing. I have a lot of people I've done interviews, I've done special programs for just different programs in different countries. And for me, I just never thought about it.
Yeah.
I wanted to sing about who I love, and it shouldn't matter. And I always have. Maybe it has something to do with if folks are still finding out about me. I'm still out here, and I'm
Right.
still doing well. I'm still,
Mhm.
making music. I was at a show the other day in East Texas, and East Texas is, we all know, it's kind of known to be pretty conservative.
Yeah.
And it was so great to see young people who were there and trans people who were in my audience.
Mm.
And it was just so, to me, I could see as I talked to these young people, I can see where some of the older folks were watching to see how I interact
Mm.
with these folks, and it was really interesting. I felt like, okay, I'm teaching. I felt like this is a moment to teach people how to interact and how to socialize with someone who's trans and someone who's just different from you.
Right.
But you're there to hear the same music. You're there to have the same experience. You're there to feel good. You're there to share this this place where music's happening, and everybody's feeling together.
Mhm.
You know, that's what I'm hoping my music does. Just
Yeah.
it brings everyone together, gay, straight, trans, whatever.
And you, not so long ago, I believe, did a tribute with others to Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
I did.
And would you talk a little bit about paying tribute to such a legend and how that experience was?
Oh, I was just happy to get that call. That was a lot of music that day too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were out at Willie Nelson's place out here in the west part of Texas, Spicewood,
Yeah.
and so I got a chance to hang with a lot of folks I don't get a chance to see, other musicians who do what I do. Blues music, singer songwriter. Just to get a chance to just hang with some of these folks was just that meant a lot to me, and to really showcase Sister Rosetta, because she was huge for me,
Mhm.
wanting to learn how to play the guitar. She was a huge influence on me as a young gospel singer,
Mhm.
and coming up learning how to play guitar and piano, but really wanting to be a person who wanted to front a band in the first place. You
Right.
know, I was that kid who was really shy. I grew up with a lot of great singers in my family still, and they all know this. And I just didn't want to be the front person. I was a piano player next to
Mhm.
my uncle in our community. And it took a while, a little coaxing to get me from behind the piano and actually standing in front of a congregation or any group of people with a
Mhm.
guitar, leading a choir, singing my own songs. That took a while,
Mm.
and some days it's still a struggle.
Ruthie Foster, thank you so much for speaking with me today and for your beautiful music. It really is just full of joy. It just lifted my spirits as soon as I listened to it. So
Oh,
thank you for all you do.
thank you. You're so welcome.